Hello and welcome to the Money Rebel podcast. This is your host, Haley David, and it is my mission to help you be your own boss, rebel against your 9-to-5, and build a successful business that you actually love. In my world, I believe that business gets to be fun, easy, and profitable AF. This podcast is your go-to guide to help you start and build a business that will pave the way for your dream life. Join me every week as I chat about marketing tips, business strategy, industry trends, and life as an entrepreneur. So if you're ready to play by your own rules, attract more dream clients, and build your business to 6 figures and beyond, grab a drink and let's dive in. Hello, and welcome back to the Money Rebel podcast. Today's episode is really special. It's just a mini episode that I wanted to make to help you figure out what your gap might be in your sales process. Because in the recent episodes, I've talked a lot about having a sales process and understanding that sales is not a one-step thing. So I wanted to make this episode so you can start to see what areas you might need help with when it comes to sales. How this will work is I'm just going to ask you a series of questions, and I want you to take notes and answer each question either on a piece of paper or in your notes app on your phone. So let's get straight to it. Number one, this is all about beliefs and your mindset. So what are your beliefs about sales? How do you feel about sales? Do you have any negative feelings about selling? And how are your beliefs about sales affecting your ability to actually sell? Do you feel like your mindset and beliefs are holding you back from actually selling or showing up? If you answered yes to any of these questions, or if you have, relatively negative feelings about sales that are stopping you from selling, your beliefs about sales might be a gap in your sales process. Number two, market research. Do you know how to do market research and then use the findings from the research in your business and when you are selling? If you aren't doing market research at all and you don't know how to actually use the findings, then market research is a gap in your sales process. Number three, pricing. Do you know how to actually price your services and offers? Do you know what goes into pricing something? On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being totally confident and 1 being not confident at all, how confident do you feel pricing something? Do you find yourself confused or maybe asking your friend or your coach or another person how to price something for everything you create? If so, this is a big indicator that pricing is a gap in your sales process. So number four, do you understand how to do product suite development in your business based on the customer journey? Are you meeting your ideal clients where they are at and serving them with innovative offers and solutions? If you don't know how to create services or offers to the problem you solve, this might be a potential gap in your sales process. Number five, messaging and marketing. Do you know how to talk about your services and offers to potential clients? Again, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being totally confident and 1 being not confident at all, how confident do you feel when talking about how you actually help people? Do you know what makes your services and your offers unique? Do you know how to talk about your it factor and to use your differentiator and what makes you unique in your messaging and your marketing? If you rated yourself at a 5 or lower when it comes to not knowing how to actually talk about how you help people, and you answered no to any of these other questions, then messaging and marketing could be a gap in your sales process. Number six, do you have a hard time bringing people into your business? Do you have people reaching out for services or inquiring about your offers? Do you feel like you regularly have people to sell to? If you don't have people to sell to or know how to bring people into your business consistently, then lead generation could be a gap in your sales process. Seven, do you know how to pre-qualify leads? Do you have a pre-qualification process? If not, then this could be a potential gap in your sales process as well. Number eight, do you know how to walk someone through the sales steps needed to take someone from a potential client to a paying client? Do you feel like you have a good understanding of the buyer's journey? How would you rate your overall skill level of sales? If you feel like you don't understand how sales truly works or the foundation of sales, and you find yourself just relying on using certain tips and tricks and gimmicks, then a lack of sales skills could be a gap in your sales process. Okay, number 9. Do you know exactly what you need to do as a business to make money? Do you have a sales plan and an intentional sales funnel? If you don't have a strategic process that shows you from start to finish, the steps that are required for you to make sales, then not having a sales process could be a gap for you. It's time to look at what you wrote down for each question. How many of these areas do you have a gap in? Did you see that you had a gap in all 9 of these? Remember, this episode is to just really help you identify where to get started when figuring out what you need help with. So please don't shame or judge yourself. If you realize you do have a gap in all of these areas, that is totally okay. Now you just know moving forward some of the areas that you can work on to improve. Because sometimes the hardest part is just figuring out what you even need help with. So all of these questions that I asked you in this mini episode, they are all part of my signature method for successful sales. I truly believe that all of these things affect your sales and the money you make in your business. And I use this example in the last episode, but I want you to think of sales as wheels on a bike. The bike is your business and the wheels represent sales. So each spoke on the bike wheel is one of these steps: pricing, market research, offer development, sales skills, messaging, and marketing. All of these are spokes on the bike wheel, and they support the wheel so that the wheel can function and do the job it's meant to do and move the bike like the wheel is meant to. And if you start to fill in some of these gaps that you identified today in this episode, you will start to see a huge shift in your sales results and the money your business is making. Every question I asked you today is what we will cover inside of Top Shelf Sales. We will fill in all of these gaps so you can have a sustainable business that is operating in the way that it's meant to, AKA making the money, impact, and sales that you truly desire. So if you have gaps in at least 2 of the questions I asked today, then you would be an excellent fit for Top Shelf Sales. And for more information on Top Shelf Sales, you can listen to some of the previous episodes where I talked about it more, or to join Top Shelf Sales, go to www.moneyrebelco.com/top shelf sales. If you go to the episode details for this episode, you will find all of the links there. So that is all for this little mini episode. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoy this episode, you can help support the podcast by making sure you're subscribed, hit the 5 stars, and leave a review. Thank you so much, my Money Rebel family, for supporting the show, and tune in next week for another episode.